9 NBA players who went from all-star to bust. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to NBA Loop. There is an NBA adage that goes, you can't teach tall. It is the single most important reason that big men going into the draft are so highly touted. But the crazy part is that these sure things turn out to be tremendous busts, more often than not. Here are 9 NBA players who went from all-star to bust. Number 1. Joe Barry Carroll. Joe Barry Carroll actually had a nice NBA career. He even made an all-star team once. However, he had to be on the list. The Warriors traded Robert Parrish and the number 3 pick in the draft to move up 2 spots for Carroll. The 3rd pick turned out to be Kevin McHale. Anytime 2 Hall of Famers get traded to acquire a first overall pick, that warrants draft bust status. Carroll acquired the nickname Joe Barely Cares during his tenure in the Bay, often declining interviews and playing with a nonchalant demeanor. His Warriors didn't win a whole lot during his 6 seasons, while the Celtics brought home some serious hardware. Number 2, Greg Oden. Greg Oden is out for the season. We have heard those words uttered many times before. This season was yet another example of injuries derailing the career of a promising young man. Oden is low on the list because he can still make something of his career. He is still extremely young and can still make an impact, but as of right now, he has to be considered a bust. The Blazers fell under the spell of Oden's height and took him ahead of Kevin Durant. Now, Durant is a top 5 player in the league and Oden is in street clothes. Number 3, Jonathan Bender. Just because you take a guy out of college, it does not mean he will translate into an all-star, or even a starter for that matter. NBA general managers were always on the lookout for the next LeBron James or Kobe Bryant. That is why the slender center was taken 5th overall right out of high school. Despite some fantastic one-off games here and there, Bender has failed to produce even a modicum of consistency. He played 25 games last season for the Knicks. Number 4, Kent Benson. Kent Benson had such a great collegiate career that he was rewarded with the 1st overall selection in 1977. The Bucks center had a very average career. This is illustrated by the fact that he is most well known for the punch he took from legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The hit came just a couple of minutes into Benson's first game. Kareem socked him for an errant elbow, breaking his hand in Benson's jaw. Number 5, Stromiel Swift. If you are picking second, you want some value for your pick. While Stromiel did have some highlight type dunks and boasted some great athletic ability, he was a middle of the road NBA player at best. The only reason he is so low on the list is that the 2000 NBA draft was one of the worst in history. The only all-stars in the first round were Jamal Magloire and Kenyon Martin.
Up next, we kind of have a controversial person, but we have Brandon Roy. Although he was a proven all-star in his short NBA career, Roy lived up to the hype during his time in the NBA. Coming out of college, he was dubbed the next big thing. However, knee and lower body injuries forced him to retire earlier, and forever cementing his status as a bust.
Number 7, Marvin Williams. Williams was a solid producer for years for the Hawks, but he never developed into the star he was supposed to be. Perhaps he left college too early, as he has carved out his place in this league as nothing more than a role player. Number 8, Sean Bradley. Quite possibly the biggest draft bust on this list, literally, at 7'6", Philly took the 7'6" monster to be its defensive anchor. If he hadn't been as thin as a rail, that might have worked. Bradley's block shots did not outweigh all the times he got put on a poster. He did average over 3 blocks per game in his 2.5 years in Philly and averaged 2.5 for his career, but it still didn't make up for the dunks. Number 9, Jay Williams. After a stellar career at Duke, he was widely regarded as the best player in the country. Along with Yao Ming, he was the cream of the crop in an underwhelming 2002 draft. The Bulls took him 2nd overall and he gave them a solid rookie season. Ultimately, his career was cut short when he crashed his motorcycle, severing a nerve in his leg and shredding the 3 knee ligaments, including his ACL. Rehab proved unsuccessful and he hasn't stepped on the court since. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.